So the last lecture of this chapter, Living World, is the taxonomic aids. Taxonomic aid name indicates something, some techniques, some procedures by which organisms they are caught or collected or preserved and then studied about their relationships with other organisms. So mean there are certain devices, there are certain methods by which we can study about the taxonomy. So this topic is quite a general topic. It's not, I'm saying about it's not important, but it is an unexpected easy topic, and unexpected easy questions can be in your school exams. The topic which is today we are going to cover in this part is regarding herbaria. Taxonomic aids includes is the number one is the herbaria, number two is the botanical gardens, number three is about a museum, number four is the zoological parks, and the last but not the least, the very important is the keys, that is the taxonomic keys. So as you know, by the time it is all these terms are general terms, you might have visited. It is a museum which is in Punjab. I think most of the schools they used to take the students for that it's a educational trip, a science city. So that is what we are talking about is the museums. Why we visit there? What is the significance of? So that is the general questions are there. Just a few points you should know. But until or unless you won't read, you won't study about the contents, it is difficult to write in exams. So take care of, again, very important to write or to learn the certain important features also. So starting with the taxonomic aids, number one is the herbaria. Is not a new word for you. In every school in the summer vacation, whether you were in a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th class, it is always in the summers, a holiday homework is given to the even to the that is a fourth, fifth class student is to collect the 5 to 7 flowers or the leaves from your society and paste it on certain book that is called the scrapbook. So when you go to the school after a vacation means the teacher wants to tell you about it is from the different localities. If the student visited something somewhere else, whether it is in a Punjab or in Maharashtra or in a Himachal, they will bring maybe the flowers, maybe the leaves from there. So by comparing all this, we can come to know what is the difference in this plant in this locality or in the other locality or in the other state. So that is the same term now here with you is the herbaria. So means what it represents. It represents some plants which are that is any dried, pressed and preserved. First is plant when it is cut, plucked, then dried nicely in the books. And nicely pressed means by putting some weights on it. Then it is preserved, and that preservation we used to do in the sheets. And that sheets to be arranged according to their certain, that is the pattern of the classification. It should not be haphazard. It should be with some sequence, some classification, which is we used to study about. And then that sheets, that mounted sheets, then kept in not a wooden almiras, because you know the wooden almiras maybe get an attack of the termites. Then where it is to be kept? It is to be kept in a steel cabinets or a steel almiras. So there in the almiras, a particular boxes where the labels is to be written. That labels gives us the information about, that is, from where it is collected, what is its local name, what the local people they call them in that society, and what is its actual botanical name, to which family it belongs, and definitely the one who have collected definitely must write his or her name along with that. So by this technology, by this method of studying the organisms, we can preserve so many varieties in a separate herbaria sheets. So by going through all this means it gives us a very important feature about the preserved specimen is ecology of the different places. If I have given already example is whether they have collected or that is a pasted preserved is from the Maharashtra. One have visited over there. Maybe one is to the Nasik, one is to the that is a Shimla. Other went over to that it is of that Amritsar. So just in these local areas, if I am talking about it, will gives us a bit difference comes in the types of the leaf. So it gives us the information about mainly is about the ecology of the different places it is. So it also brings about, or when we will study about the leaves, it gives us some morphological difference is there in the different areas, but the species is the same. So that is about the importance, or it is about the herbaria. The second taxonomic aid is the botanical gardens. So name indicate a garden means the place where you used to visit for a walk, and there definitely a fountains is there, and then there is a particular area where is the greenhouse effect is given, or there is a particular area where that is a stones are kept or the desert plants are kept over there. So that is we are talking about means botanical gardens. Even in your school or in a university also there is a botanical gardens of their own institutes. Most of the institutes they have their own botanical gardens also, whether in a colleges or in a university. So means botanical gardens definitely they beautify that area. So they are large size tract. Understood means where the plants of the different types and then a good collection of the plants is there, and then a maintenance all the time. Usually you might have seen whether it is in the Chandigarh only is a rose garden, all the time there are present so many gardeners involved there to maintain the plants it is. And even the local people they visited over there to get some that is knowledge about what type of the rose plants are there, how the grafting is done. So means in these gardens that is the students may visit there for the educational purposes also. So even if I'm giving a one example, the rose garden it is. So there even in that garden, a particular color with a particular types, maybe a bushy roses are there, maybe the climber types are there. A scientific name is given, a labeling, a plate is kept over there. Each plant carries a certain code number, a plate number where the scientific name is written. Maybe a local name or the family name is also given. So that is again it is help in growing and maintaining the rare or endangered plants also by this method. So even by this method it is the study material can be given to the research student. If a large tract size gardens will be there, that may provide the material means the plants will be that is any cut from that area and given to the research students to do the researches. So we can come to know by visiting in a particular gardens that is a record of the local flora, and by this method we used to study the that is plants lively, while in herbaria it means it's opposite to that. Herbaria is made from the botanical gardens. So botanical gardens can be considered as a living herbaria. It's a live material is there. So it is easy for that is any research fellows also to study a lot from the gardens Definitely, so many people are involved in maintaining the gardens. It also gives employment to the many of the persons. So next is the two botanical gardens of the India. This is again can be a question from your this part. Name the two botanical gardens of India. It's your NCRT part. So the two main that is any large botanical gardens. One is Indian Botanical Garden in Kolkata, and second is the National Botanical Research Institute is in Lucknow. So at least the two main which is of that of the India you must learn about. Otherwise the largest botanical garden is in Moscow. That is main botanical garden it is. So coming to the next third taxonomic aid is the museum. So in the museums, already discussed about it is a science museum where it is objects maybe of the painting or the sculptures or animals or the fossils or the plants or the rocks like this that is they are kept, or maybe they gives you some information about the past life, a natural history it is. For example, in the Science City there is a one section is there showing how the evolution of the man takes place. It is man evolved from the monkey, ape, gorilla, chimpanzee like organism, gradually become erect, start moving only on the 2 feet. So just by that it is a certain stages, maybe it is a laser shows are there for it, maybe it is certain sculptures they are made to show about this how the previous man was there with so many hairs and a curved and that is a long arm size etc. So it gives us the info museums, they give us the information about the natural history, maybe about the flora or the fauna also. So but as such it is plants or the animals they are preserved in the museums in a form of a dry specimens, or if it is an insect, insects are kept in boxes by killing or by putting a pin on them. It is then the mothballs or naphthalene balls are kept so that not get attacked by the that is a or not get decayed. So or sometime if it is a skeleton of the animals is kept, it is to be preserved by applying certain chemical solutions. Or the other animals may be just outlook is given of the animals and it is then stuffed. So that is about, it's not only it is all the preserved animals, only the dead animals are kept over there. It's maybe just a skeleton is made and then it is kept over there. So that is about museums. Next, zoological parks. So means zoological parks, again taking a first example, we should consider. So near to that Chandigarh is the Chatbed Zoo. Zoo is the area where the local people, any of them, they can visit over there. So but as such, zoological parks where it is animals are kept, but in a zoo they are kept in cages. But as such in a parks, a large enclosed area where the animals are kept. Where they are kept in their natural habitats. In the zoological parks, which are the large areas where the wild animals are kept as such. But there when we visit, we have to move in the, that is any certain government or the official, that is the cars or that is the vans. So that we know is the lion safari, deer safari, etc. So that is about zoological parks, but in a zoo, animals are kept in a cages. So in both the cases, whether it is in a parks, only by taking the permission from the certain government officials, we can visit over there, because there the endangered or the rare species of the animals they are also kept for the breeding. example is there with us, is a white tiger, which is just by that breeding artificially or keeping in certain breeding places like a zoological places, parks, taken from their even a natural homes from the forest and kept there for a breeding purposes. So even in the zoological parks, there are a separate compartments is there for the separate sections are there. It may be for the lion tigers, then maybe for the deer, for a crocodiles, for aquatic separately. Even that is in a section is there where the birds are kept. That's all is the very general topics, but must read carefully, then only will be able to write in the exams. So coming to the last but not the least, again repeating, the very important term is the key. As you know, key is very important for you. If you are moving from place to place or have to move for that is a coaching for a school, so you need, I think, and a key for your vehicle first of all of coming to the house, and parents is not there, search for is the key. If key is not there, you can't do the work you want to do. Same is here in the taxonomic categories, taxonomy, the keys are very important. But these keys are here some devices, and that device help in analyzing the organism. So key is a artificial analytic device, means it is just made artificially to analyze certain characters, and those characters of the organisms, they are written in a pairs. That is called as a dichotomic table of alternate characters. That dichotomic table of the alternate character, which is used for identification of an organism, is made artificially to analyze the organism or to identify the organism. Just repeating, key is very important device for identification. Number one, it is made artificially. Number two, it is analytic device. Number three, representing or represented in the form of dichotomic table. Number four, representing alternate characters. Number five, it is used for identification of the organism. So I think a bit a complicated term here, I think so, but is it okay? Needs to repeat. So just repeating, key help in identification of organism. Just taking in a reverse now. What is the significance or what is the role of key? It help in identification of the organism. So it is next point. Next is it is an artificial device. It is a artificial device which is made artificially means. So how this artificial device to analyze the organism is made? Nothing, it is made by writing certain characters in the form of a table. How it is written? In the form of a table. And that table represent the character in alternate forms, means a pair, a dichotomic. For every category, we know that by the time kingdom, phylum, class, for every category there is a separate key. And key is always based on certain contrasting or alternate character, which always exist in a pair. Understood? It is a pair. Whether if it is, we are talking about the plant is yellow or a green, or a plant is tall or a dwarf. What is it? It is a pair. A character is of a height. A character is of a color. It is a pair. So a pair of a contrast character is called as a couplet. And each statement in a key is called a lead. Just repeating. Each statement in a key is called a state, a lead. Every statement is called a lead, just representing alternate characters. Characters exist in a pair. Pair means tall or a dwarf, yellow or a green. So now we are taking the one more example here is from the animals it is. So can be it is of the two types. In a one category, in a one type of a key that is named as a yoked or indented key, which gives the sequence of choices between two or more statements. But in a bracketed keys, contrasting characters are used only. So for example, taking up the example now from the animals, a cat, a bat, a frog. We have a list of few examples with us. If we have a cat with us, we will be going to see about they should have the mammary glands, they have external ear, a pinna, their skin is hairy, and they have a tail. If comparing it with a fish, so what is that is absent in a fish? All it is absent, mammary glands absent, hairs absent, pinna is absent, limbs are absent. So what else is present? How we will say it is a fish? By the presence of a gills and the scales. So it means this is we are talking about a contrast character, opposite character. Two or three statements is given like this. By going through these contrast characters, we can identify the organism. It is a fish. Fish is having the gills and the scale. Cat is having the mammary glands, pinna, hairs and the tail. Birds will be having a beak and the feathers. So that is what we are talking about. Starting with the word is analytic device, artificially made, representing alternate characters. I think with this example is very easy to write. So again in this example, no need to cram all the points. Just general, you can take up the difference between a fish or a bird or a cat or a bat, any. You know, in the snake, you know, if we will consider they won't be having a mammary glands, limbs, pinna, eyelids. So what they have? Elongated body, cylindrical, no limbs, body is covered with a scale. So here it is not at all any cramming, but at least 2, 3, 4 features you should know and write the example when you are writing about a key. It is very important topic which needs to read, revise and then that is learn thoroughly. Is it okay all the terms? Next is a few general terms. Again a 1 mark objective questions can be from there. Flora. Flora represents it gives us the actual account of the habitat and the distribution of plants present in a particular area. Just repeating, flora represents the actual record of the habitat and the place where the plants of a particular area, how they are distributed, where they are present it is. While manuals gives us the information about the identification of the names of the species. Manuals are used for information, identification of the names of the organisms of the species present in a particular area. Just repeating, flora gives us actual information about the plants regarding habitat and distribution. Manuals gives us information about identification of the names of the species, while monographs contain the information of any of the taxon, a particular group it is. It is representing information for a particular, only a one taxon comes under a one monograph it is.